I'm Shirley Sagawa, and I'm an expert in national service policy and social innovation, especially as it relates to workforce. A really important issue for us to address this year is how to create an inclusive economy. There are so many people who want to work and are left out, and at the same time, even with a powerful economy, there are many companies and other organizations that struggle to hire, and we've got to figure out how to bridge that gap and be a lot more creative than we've been in the past. We have the solutions in front of us, but we've really invested in them. It's often the case you can't get a family-sustaining job as your first job if you don't have an employment history. So if we don't allow people to build that history in a place where they're more likely to be successful, and that there's coaching and other services available to help them address any existing barriers they may still have, that's how they move up. They may move up in that industry, but they may also be able to move on to other jobs that are not as supportive as these kinds of programs. And the fact that they've had to do these things. And another type of employment social enterprise are many youth corps. And in those cases, they're working with young people and in some cases veterans who have been struggling to find work. And they are engaging them in things that are really needed: disaster response, conservation, community, helping communities develop. And they're working hard, they're making a difference, they're seeing that they make a difference, and they're getting the work experience. But a thing that I want to underscore here is they're also often getting a certification or a credential. And that's really essential, not just getting your GED or an education credential, but something that has real value in the workforce in specific industries. And I think that's another thing we could be leaning into, is making sure that the kinds of programs that we might invest in all have something on the other side that doesn't lock you into a low-wage experience for the rest of your life. The other thing these programs do that I'm pretty excited about is it gives a lot of people a sense of purpose, to be able to be doing something that really makes a difference in society. And that can be incredibly motivating, even when the work gets hard. And I hope that we think about not just programs that are or organizations that are sitting in this space called job training, but are in fact things that are real work and that will lead to credentials and that will ultimately give people that future that they're looking for. I like to think of national service as a kind of civic apprenticeship. And by that I mean something that combines work-based learning and career development with that motivating social purpose that can be so important to success in life. And these programs are tried and true. There's plenty of evaluation data. There's a lot of stories. We really ought to be thinking harder about national service as a way to get people into fields where we actually need more workers. And so many of the helping fields, whether it's healthcare, education, public safety, disaster response, nonprofit work more generally, all of these could be targets if we invested more significantly in programs like AmeriCorps.